Hi friends, hope you're all doing fine. So in this session we will be discussing about cost. First of all, what is cost? Okay, I know you will be a bit bored with this formality. Whenever I ask a teacher a topic, I always asking, what is this? But anyway, take a simple scenario. You are going to a shop to buy something. So here there will be two concepts, price and cost. What is price and what is cost? Simply explaining, price of a good is how much it costs and cost of a good is how much you pay for it. Confusing? Okay, let me explain. See, when you are buying something, there will be a value or an amount attached to it. If it is a packaged product that you are buying, you will see something like MRP or something like that in it. That is, it is the amount which the producer of a good attaches as its value. Okay, the producer says this product values this much. So that is price of the good. But it is actually different from cost. Well, say you are buying some heavy good and you are paying some money to have it delivered at your home. Okay, that is not included in price. The manufacturer does not consider or is not at all concerned with the amount you pay for delivery of the good. That is your money. Okay, the manufacturer wants only the price of the good, but you are paying this delivery charge in order to have the good delivered at your home. So this will be included in the cost of the good, but not price. Okay, say now the shopkeeper gives you some discount on the good. What will happen? That discount will be included in the price. Means the amount will be included in the price. However, it will not be included in your cost because you are not giving or spending that amount in order to use the good. So cost of a good is the amount you spend in order to have it in your possession or in order to use the good. Now let us discuss the definition of cost. What is cost? Okay, cost of a good is the amount you pay to have it in your pocket. Now for a producer is producing some good. He or she will use some raw materials and he or she will employ some people. Okay, so through these, she is producing some good. What is that cost? This cost is what we discuss in producer behavior. The producer might be a consumer when he or she buys something. However, when the producer is producing a good, you are only concerned with that cost. Okay. So what is the cost? It is the amount paid for factors of production. It is the amount paid for factors of production. Somewhere we have seen this. You remember last lecture I just told you what are the factors. Now let us discuss about them in detail. Factors of production. Okay, so I have told you there are four factors. First is land. Next, labor. Capital. And finally, entrepreneurship. Okay, see, if someone is working in another person's factory or farm or anything, surely he or he will demand something in return. That thing is the payment or remuneration for the person. It can be money or it can be some goods, anything like that. So each of these factors need to be paid in some form or other. But before we discuss, let us just see in brief what are these. Land. It is not just the land we are living or standing. Okay. And it does not include any buildings we have constructed. Do I seem some queer? Okay, let me say. Land includes all those resources which are freely given by nature to us. They are given by nature and we are using them for production. Those resources are called land. So what will be the remuneration for land? We are not going to give nature something. Okay. Though nature is the true owner of land, we are not going to give nature something. There will be some owner of land. Okay. That owner will demand something. What is it called? Rent. Land, if we are doing, we will have to pay rent. We are using land, we will have to pay rent. Okay. Now labor. I have told you it is all the work done by human beings on any property or any production job. What do we demand? We demand wages or salaries. Wages or salaries are the remuneration for labor. Capital. See, it is not here in microeconomics, we just don't refer to the capital brought in by the owner. There are other things as well. Like say we are constructing a building for production, or we are buying some machinery for production. Though we are buying machinery, we will take a loan. Only then we will be doing production. We need money to buy machinery, so we will be taking a loan. So these things which we have constructed in order to be able to do production or in order to be able to produce other goods are called capital. So what will be the remuneration or payment for this factor? It will be, take the example of owner's capital and loan. These are the two ways by which we can bring in capital. That is interest. Interest is the remuneration for capital. For entrepreneurship work, it is the owner who is bringing in all these three, land, labor plus capital, in order to do production. The remuneration from the owner will be profit. So rent plus labor plus interest plus profit will give the cost to the production, cost of production. So this is all about the factors of production. Now there are two types of cost: accounting cost and economic cost. Accounting versus economic. What is accounting? Accounting is the art of recording, classifying and summarizing in a significant manner and in terms of money transactions and events which are in part at least of a financial character and interpreting the result thereof. Economics is the study of inside means which have alternative uses. So there is a difference in the definition. Naturally, the difference will be there in the terms of cost. See, what is accounting cost? It is the cost which is paid by the owner in order to do production. In economics also, I am telling, it is the cost paid by the owner in order to do production. What is the difference? Take an example, if the owner owns land and is using that land in order to do production. Okay. However, this owner, if she has not used this for production, could have rented it somewhere and would have obtained some rent. That rent, though it's not obtained, will be treated as a payment in economics. However, do we consider it in accounting? We don't consider it in accounting. We just consider if the interest rent is paid by the owner. So, economic cost will include explicit and implicit cost. Okay, in economic cost we will include explicit and implicit cost. So what are these? Explicit costs are the accounting costs actually, because they are paid by the owner in order to do production. Implicit costs are the imputed cost of the own services of the owner. Okay, if the owner owns land or if the owner is herself working in the factory to do production, the rent of the own land or the salary of the worker will be treated as cost in economics, though no cost is paid. Okay, so explicit and implicit costs are included in economics. However, accounting includes only the explicit cost. Now, there is concepts. See, we saw that in production we saw total product, marginal product, average product and such things. Here also we have total cost. Okay, first total cost. What is total cost? It is the sum total of cost to produce given output. Whatever cost we are including to produce output will be included as total cost. Now, I have told you factors can be of two types, fixed factors and variable factors in the short term. So, there's another cost, total fixed cost. Okay, fixed cost means cost on fixed factors. See, in the earlier lecture, before lecture I have told you there are some factors fixed. Whatever cost is included in those fixed factors or incurred for those fixed factors will be fixed cost. Now, the peculiarity of those costs is they will be constant. Even if the owner does not do any production, he will have to pay the fixed cost. However, there is another type of cost or variable cost. Total variable cost, TVC, will be on cost on variable factors. Okay, cost on variable factors. See, I have told you labor is mostly variable factor. So, all the cost incurred on labor or any other variable factor will be treated as variable cost. There is another cost called mixed cost. Though I am just mentioning here, mixed cost means some portion of it will be fixed while other will be variable. Electricity bill. You'll have to pay minimum amount how much electricity you use. However, you have how much additional will be depending on how much electricity you use. Okay. Basically for one unit if it is 10 rupees and for each additional unit sometimes it will be 2 rupees. Even if you don't consume electricity at all, you will have to pay the 10 rupees. However, if you consume 2 units of electricity, you will be made to pay 12 rupees and it will increase. In economics, basically what we do is we split the mixed cost into fixed component and variable component. So the fixed component will be included in TFC, variable component will be included in TVC. Now, there are other concepts. AC, average cost. What is it? TVC by output. TVC by O. Average cost will be equal to TVC by O. Similarly, average fixed cost will be equal to TFC by output. Average variable cost will be equal to TVC by output. Now, let us discuss the total cost concepts. Total cost in totality. See, I have told you X, O, Y. In microeconomics, we always take the price variable along the y-axis and the output or quantity variable along the x-axis. Price will be your cost. So, I have told you total fixed cost is always same for whatever output in the short run. So, TFC will be a straight line parallel to the x-axis. What about variable cost? As each additional output is produced, we will incur variable cost. But think of something. Initially, variable cost will be 0 at 0 level of output. We know one law of variable proportion. What does it say? Output will initially increase at an increasing rate, then at a diminishing rate, then fall. Right? So what will happen to cost per unit? Now, say for each laborer, you will have to pay 10 rupees. Okay, flat, no change. Say the first laborer is producing 1 unit of output. Second laborer is producing 2 units of output. Third laborer is producing 3 units of output, increasing returns. So what will happen? When we are producing 1 unit of output, we will have to pay rupees 10. When we are producing 2 units of output, think of it. When you are producing 3 units in total, you will have to take 2 laborers and we will paying 20 rupees. So when 2 units of output are made, we will be paying only 15 rupees. Now 3 units, 20 rupees. Think of the 4th unit. 4th, 5th and 6th units are produced by the 3rd laborer. What will happen there? For each unit you will be paying 3.33 rupees. So the variable cost will fall. But when the phase of diminishing returns sets in, it will increase at an increasing rate. Initially, variable cost will increase at a diminishing rate, then at an increasing rate. So its shape will be like this. Now, what is total cost? It will be sum of total fixed cost plus total variable cost. Okay. So the shape will be like this. It will start at the point where at 0 units of output, total cost will be equal to TFC. Okay, now it is TC. These are the 3 total cost screws. Now let us take the case of average cost and marginal cost. We have 3 concepts. Average cost, AC, AVC, AFC, MC. What is AC? TC by Q or output. AVC will be TVC by Q. AFC will be AFC by Q. MC will be delta TC by delta Q. Now there is one more thing. What is this MC? Think of it. It is the addition to total cost when one more unit of output is produced. The fixed cost will never increase. So the change in MC is caused merely by one thing, the variable cost. So now let us take the curves. Similarly, here X, O, Y, output, costs. Okay, what will happen to first MC? Initially, our total cost will increase at a diminishing rate. So what will happen? MC will fall. But when the phase of diminishing returns come, total total cost will start increasing at an increasing rate. So MC will rise. So this will be the shape of the MC curve. MC. It will rise fast because total cost is rising at an increasing rate. This is MC. This is the minimum point of MC. What is AFC? What will happen to AFC? It is total fixed cost by quantity. Quantity is going on increasing, total fixed cost is same. As numerator keeps same and denominator keeps increasing, the value will keep on falling. So it will come like something like this. Rectangular hyperbola, AFC. Okay, AFC and MC are over. What will happen to average variable cost? So here we need not consider AFC for this discussion because it is not much of relevance. However, we just remember how this will be. What will happen to ABC, average variable cost? Average variable cost is changing total cost by, changing marginal cost, means marginal cost is the change in average variable cost. So what will happen to average variable cost? See, average variable cost also initially it will fall. Why? The phase of increasing return will be operating, and in that phase cost will keep on falling. Right. So average variable cost also will come down at an initial point and then it will rise. But the main peculiarity here is at the initial point of ABC, MC will be equal to ABC. Okay. At the initial point of means downmost point of ABC, MC will be equal to ABC. Now what will happen to AC? AC is ABC plus AFC. How come? TC is equal to TVC plus TFC. Divide the whole by quantity. Gives AC is equal to ABC plus AFC. So this quantity AFC keeps on falling. So the gap between ABC and AC will keep on falling. So let us draw that. So the gap is wider here and it will keep on falling. It will be wider in the starting and it will keep on falling. Then it will go like this. Okay, AC. Now also here also in the minimum point of AC, MC will be equal to AC. Now there are two things. MC will initially fall fastly or at a higher rate than any other cost. But even when it is rising also, it will rise at a faster rate than all the other costs. So these are the concepts of average cost. Okay. Now these are short run. Short run cost. Though you don't need long run cost, I will just mention them. Just a small hint. Okay. Now, let us take a peek into another topic, that is long run cost. What is the peculiarity of long run? Here, the time is long enough for the producer to vary any factor of production. Okay, so no factor will be fixed. Okay, so all the factors will be variable. So tell me, will there be a distinction between fixed cost and variable cost? No, naturally. So there will be only two curves, LAC and LMC. long run average cost curve and the long run marginal cost curve. So what is this long run average cost? See, in the long run, what will the producer do? The producer will has tried out many combinations in the short run. So producer will choose that plant size or means factor size which will minimize the marginal cost for each additional unit. So if there are, I think, let's say there are 1, 2, 3, 4 marginal cost curves. So all these minimums will be included in long run cost. So the LMC curve will be an envelope of all the short run marginal cost curves. Okay. Go like this. So this is the shape of LMC curve. Now, what will be the shape of LAC curve? See, LAC will also be the minimum cost of producing each unit, each amount of output. So, this will be the LMC. Okay, let me draw it here. It will be like this. LMC will be like this. What about the average cost curves? See, there are 4 average costs. Let's say there are 4 average cost curves. So all the minimum points of these curves will be represented in the LAC curve. Average cost 1, 2, 3, 4. So the minimums will be represented in the long run average cost curve. So the shape will be like this. See, the peculiarity here is also the LMC will cut LAC at minimum point of LAC. This is just for reference, okay. Now let us summarize. First we saw what is cost. Cost is the amount of expenditure that is incurred to produce a given unit of output. What are the factors of production? Land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship. And they receive their payments or remuneration as rent, wages or salary, interest and profit. Accounting cost versus economic cost. Accounting cost includes only those payments which are actually made. Economic cost, besides these payments, include implicit or imputed value of cost for owner's own services. Then we came to the concepts of short-run cost, total cost and average cost. Total cost means it will initially increase at a diminishing rate in a small rate, then at an increasing rate. Okay, then total fixed cost will be same and total variable cost will start at 0 and it will increase at a diminishing rate at first and then at an increasing rate. Total fixed or total cost will start at the point or at 0 units of output. Total cost will be equal to total fixed cost. Average cost, it bore all the 3 costs: long average cost, average fixed cost and average variable cost. There are 3 average cost and marginal cost as well. Average fixed cost will be a rectangular hyperbola. Average variable cost will be U-shaped, long, and it will start at a point, reach a minimum and then increase. Long run means marginal cost will initially increase, then reach a minimum and increase. Means it will initially fall, reach a minimum, increase. And marginal cost will meet average variable cost at minimum of average variable cost. Similarly, average cost as well will initially fall, reach its minimum where it will be equal to marginal cost. At the minimum point of AC, MC will be equal to AC and then it will increase. Then we saw the concepts of long run cost. So this is all for this session. Thank you, and I will be meeting you in the next session. Bye bye.